So I have here a pink pool noodle. I didn't realize how popular these were until I came to Florida. And there's actually a group in my building in there, we call them the noodlers. They go out in the pool and they noodle. Noodling is when you kind of just bob in the pool and chat. But look at this. Does this look like anything familiar to you? Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys. All right. So look inside the noodle. What strikes you as familiar? Is it close enough? Am I bringing it in close enough to the camera? All right, Natalia, get serious. Okay, do you see how many layers of noodle fibers there are in there? You see how squishy it is? Okay, squishy, squishy, squishy. This is your colon. Okay, that is the interior of your colon. And these are the layers of the tissue of your colon. And you really have to squeeze this and feel to know like just how deep it is in there. Just, I mean, it's squidgy, but it's layers and layers and layers and layers. When this gets wet, it's very different in the sense that like when it gets filled with water, and I'd make a mess in my living room if I did this for you guys now, but if you have a noodle and you want to try this at home, get your noodle wet. Soak it nicely, and then you'll see how much water this noodle can hold. But imagine how much waste this noodle can hold as well. So if you were to put it into like grimy, disgusting stuff, it's also going to soak that up. Okay. And imagine if the noodle's super dry with all that grimy stuff in it, it's not going, well, as it is, it doesn't really, it's not that flexible, but it's flexible somewhat, right? But if it had hard encrusted stuff in it, it's not gonna be flexible at all. But then start to move it. So what has to happen is this stuff here has to get really well saturated, really well hydrated. So even though we clean this up and this comes out, remember, this becomes the vacuum now. So what you're seeing here is a clean, this is having had your first round of colonics, okay? So your first irrigation, your first bunch of enemas. Hopefully you're getting the center clear, but it's not just, that's when people say, well, you know, where is all this? Well, remember the colon, it can be 5 feet long. Just the large intestine alone can be 5 feet long. And this is like, I don't know, how tall is this? This is like, I'm 5'7". So it's like, yeah, I mean, this is already, okay, this is a little more than 5 feet. So we're talking about, that's a lot of waste, okay? That can be held in there. And then when this gets full, and this is great for beginners watching, I wish I'd thought of this 20 years ago. When this gets full, it's all that waste goes somewhere. You've heard of leaky gut? Well, no, I'm speaking today. Leaky gut. Too much Florida. I'm becoming a gator here. So send me away to like finishing school or something. This is not good. So this is going to permeate your entire organism. All that waste is like, okay, well, it can keep filling it up. It's got to go somewhere. So it comes out of this into the body at large, and you wind up with all sorts of other problems. So when we soak, we saturate the green juice, the colon irrigation, we're getting this waste wet, and that's going to get juicy and loosey. There was actually, liquidaria in the Lower East Side was called Juicy Lucy before it was called liquidaria. So it's going to get juicy and loose. That's what I mean by loosey. Juicy and loose, and then you're going to have a good chance of getting it to migrate into the center of the colon because you got a nice vacuum here. It's going to suck it to the center, and then ready, go, eliminate, and then rinse and repeat. I think we're going to put that away for now, like Mr. Rogers.